dodging awkward fears. He's the captain of this dreaming ship, sailing on jokes, never losing his grip. The screen's a stage, the world's his crowd. When the band is loud, he's feeling proud, but deep inside he's chasing calm, holding steady like a ticking bomb. Jamie, keep it smooth, chatting facts and finding grooves. Watch along vibe, don't lose the thread. Laugh it off, just stay ahead. Jamie, keep it smooth, chatting facts and finding grooves. Watch along vibes, don't lose the thread. Laugh it off, just stay ahead.
Yes, guys, big up everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. Very much welcome back, guys. Hope everyone's doing good. Yes, I'm back after almost a week's rest, and yeah, hope everyone's good, man. I hope everyone's good. I'll let you know what's been going on in my life and what's going on now, but yeah, it's nothing that bad. I just needed a reset. I just needed a little reset, guys, for a few days. That is all. That's why I haven't been around. I think Friday, it's almost a week since I did a show on Friday. So, yeah, I just needed a little reset. Sometimes you need resets, you know. Sometimes you need sometimes you just need a reset. I was getting a bit. My head was all fucked up and all that. I had stuff at home to sort out and stuff like that. So I just wanted to take a few days out and chill and just get myself sorted about. I weren't sleeping very well either. My sleep patterns were terrible. So everything was. I'm fresh now. I feel better. I feel good. You know, I feel energetic. So yeah, big up the chat, man. It was nothing too bad to worry about. Honestly, it was nothing no one said or done or any shit like that. I just needed a few days. I needed a few days just to get myself back together again. You know, it's like doing content creating, man. It can mess up your head sometimes, really fuck you off. So I'm good now, man. Big up the chat. Hope we're all doing good. Hope everyone's doing well. And yeah, appreciate love, guys. Appreciate love. And don't forget, this is a video we do before the Big Up Show. The Big Up Show will be on at 10:30 with the Gobbish Boys. Me, Cal, and Drifty will be live at 10:30 p.m. this evening. Yeah, so make sure you get yourself over onto my Big Up channel. The link is pinned at the top of the live chat tonight, guys, already. I've got the rolling comment underneath the video, as you can see, to let you know. So, yeah, tonight, 10:30 p.m, straight after this, Vibes and Copy show. And, yeah, we'll be talking on there about everything, all the Liverpool stuff with the boys. But before we get to them, we're going to chat with you guys in the chat for an hour, have a conversation about Liverpool and everything going on with the football club right now. Before we start, don't forget, you know what I do around here, guys. It likes it, share it, subscribe it, all that good stuff. I'd appreciate it. We've got like 70 people in the house. Just get them likes up as soon as we can. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, I'm doing well, guys. I'm doing well. You don't have to worry about me, man. I'm good. Have you tried them limited edition McVitie biscuits, Jay? No, McVitie's Gold Bar. McVitie's Gold Bar biscuits. I love McVitie's Gold Bar, but they're sickly. You can have that now on a biscuit. No, that's sickly, man. I might have to try it, man. In summary, we're approving, but like ASAP. Right, I'm going to chat about all this now. Interesting conversation we're about to have. Taking a few days off from everything as well was just let me think about things a little bit more, get out of the bubble a little bit. You know, I haven't actually been on social media that much either. I haven't been looking at anything. I haven't been watching a lot of content either. I've just been chilling out and thinking about stuff, getting my head clear about things and getting myself away from it all for a few days, which, you know, I think if you can do that, do it. It is healthy. It makes you feel better about yourself as well. And just taking myself away from it a little while. Yeah, it's helped me get my head clear about what's going on at the football club and Liverpool and all that and the situation at Liverpool right now. Now, obviously, Arne has changed the system a little bit. He's playing this, you know, 4-4-2, 4-3-1-2 or 4-4-2 diamond. Yeah, big up Ant. So, yeah, he's changed things. He's gone to a formation I prefer Liverpool playing. You know, whatever formation he plays in his 4-4-2 and or anything like that, I've been very happy with that change. You know, that's pleased me to say the least. And it's something I've been wanting to do a lot of this season. You know, it's taken a long time to come to this situation, but now he's come to it. I'm very pleased about it, and I hope he keeps it as well. You know, it gets the best out of all the players we've got available right now as well. We ain't got any wingers available. There's no point playing 4-3-3. You know, that's bolstered up the midfield a little bit. That's bolstered up the middle of the pitch where Liverpool have an issue right now. Let's put our best players all in their right positions. And it helps. Let's get Curtis Jones playing a little bit more, who I really love. I love Curtis Jones. You know, I think he's balling out at the moment. He looks like a proper player. You got Szoboszlai, who apparently is touch and go for the Spurs game, but we're going to have to wait for Slot's press conference tomorrow to find out more about that. There's a lot of rumours going around and all that about Szoboszlai, but we'll have to wait and see. But him, Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, you know, it suits them a bit more. You know, Florian Wirtz, Ekitike, it suits them more in this formation. It also helps the fullbacks. You know, Kirkes for the last couple of games for me have been a lot better. You can see it in his play. When we're playing this formation, he looks a lot happier in it. You know, he's the left back, you know, that we thought we were getting at the beginning of the season because, you know, he's not having... It does help when Cody Gakpo don't play for Kirkes because, you know, Cody Gakpo don't pass to him at all and he doesn't do anything for him. So I do think it helps him brilliantly. So I hope his form can continue. Right back situation, you know, Joe Gomez has been fantastic. Obviously, he's going to miss the Tottenham game. Apparently, his injury is not that bad. Apparently, they think he might only just miss the Spurs game, be back next week, which would be great news because anytime Joe Gomez goes down, we all fear the worst, unfortunately, for Joe Gomez in his career with injuries. But apparently news is, again, we'll have to wait till tomorrow till we hear more from the manager in his press conference, but some of the news at the moment is that he might only miss the Tottenham game, which is great stuff if that's true. He's been very good since he's been put back into the Liverpool team. Although I do feel like this, if we're playing this 4-3-1-2 or 4-4-2 diamond, I do think it benefits more of an attack-minded fullback, like a Kirkes, like a Robbo on the left-hand side, and like a Bradley or a Frimpong on the right-hand side. I think it'll benefit them massively. And, yeah, I think it benefit them massively. I want to get the Curtis Jones stuff in a minute. Big up people in the chat. Big up my friend, thank you very much. Hi, first time here, saw you on Donna Sam's channel. You made sense of one of the few. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. And welcome into the chat. I hope you enjoy it here. Welcome to the community. Jamie, it makes me sick how our fans keep criticising Wirtz because Shirky scored yesterday. I don't understand it. Yeah, and this is one thing I was going to talk about Wirtz in the last few games for me. Last 2 games especially, 2 or 3 games that I've seen Wirtz play. I've seen massive improvements in his game. And obviously a lot of things come under stats in football today. You know, GA, stats, final ball, all this sort of stuff, big chances created, all that sort of stuff. We love to go on stats. But sometimes stats are a good thing, yeah? I'm not going to dismiss stats. But sometimes we have got to go on what we're watching physically with our own 2 eyes. And Wirtz in the last few games has been good. Some of the passes and the movement he's got have been top-notch. Yes, he hasn't got the numbers yet, like the GA. But he's, at the moment, Wirtz is sometimes the pass before the assist. And the pass before the assist never gets marked up on a stat. But his pass before the assist at times is better than the person's assist. Because without that pass, the goal doesn't happen. And I think Wirtz in the last 2 or 3 games is starting to show that. He's starting to be a bit more physical for me. Looks like he's put on a bit of weight muscle-wise, which I think he definitely needed to do in the Premier League. It's more a physical league than Germany. I'm happy with, the way he's starting to perform at the moment. He ain't got shirky numbers. He came into a team, that was a bit all over the place at first. But I believe in Florian Wirtz. I'm not too bothered I'm not bothered if he doesn't get 20 GA this season, 25 GA this season. I look at him in a different kind of way to Shirky. I think Shirky is that more flamboyant footballer in and around the box that all highlighted more with GA. I think Wirtz is looking better with, the little touches, the little... he's got that little pass that no one else in our team has got, even if it's like a 5-yard forward pass. Yeah, it looks simple on the eye, but no one else in our team does it. It breaks things up and it moves the ball forward. That little drop of the shoulder, the little turn that he's got, the movement off the ball. I think that goes under the radar quite a lot because he isn't getting what we call GA. And we always moan about, GA merchants and stuff like that. And I love GA. Don't get me wrong. Goals and assists are very important to what you do. But some of the best midfielders of all time haven't got the best GA. Like you look at like Iniesta and Xavi and people like that, yeah. Some of the greatest midfielders of our generation, their GA can be less than midfielders that are nowhere near as good as them. Does that mean they're worse? And this is what I've been saying. Wirtz does remind me of Iniesta. That's what I think he is more than. Yeah, he got a lot of GA in Germany. Which is fine. But in Germany, I think he was played more to be a GA player, if that makes sense. At the moment in Liverpool, he's not being that, but he's being creative. You can be creative without having GA. People will go, Jamie, what are you chatting about? It's the pass before the sort of the assist that leads to the goal. That might be a more creative and harder pass to make than the person who's got the assist by just played like a 1.5, 2 yard pass to the person who scores the goal. So Wirtz's creativity can still be high without getting GA. But the thing is, if we don't watch the game and we just look at stats, it says 0 GA in 19 games. It don't mean he's been shit and a fail. Yeah, he will get more GA as the season goes on and his GA will improve. Of course it will. you know, he will be a lot better. You know, he will be a lot better. It's quite simple for me. We haven't bought a bum here. We bought a fabulous footballer. He's finding his way. You know, all players find their way differently. Even world-class players come to this league. Sometimes they take a year to adapt. Some don't. Look at Mo Salah. He didn't take any time to adapt to our league. Some players do, and when they adapt and they get up to speed with things, they're away. So I'm looking forward to Wirtz's career at Liverpool. I think the formation we're playing now probably suits him a little bit more than the 4-3-3. Not knowing where he's playing. I think if he's playing this 4-3-1-2 or a 4-4-2 diamond, and he's at the tip of that, and he's the highest midfielder up there, I think he'll get better. I think what's also helped him, and this has gone under the radar a lot because he's very Marmite in our fan base. But I think what's helped Florian Wirtz in the last few games as well is Curtis Jones. I think Curtis Jones has helped Wirtz out massively in the last few games. They've got a good chemistry together. They're both techie players. Said this earlier on the copy stream this morning that I think Curtis Jones is one of our most technically gifted footballers. I really do. But he's very Marmite. You know, I think a lot of fans are now starting to see his qualities now. He plays a little bit more. He's grown up a little bit more now. You know, he's a dad now. That grows you up very quickly. He's a family man. You know, that sort of stuff makes you grow up and mature because you've got no choice but to. But you're seeing that as a footballer as well now. He's maturing as a footballer. Right now, apart from Szoboszlai, I say he's our best midfielder. I'd say Curtis Jones and Dominic Szoboszlai this season have been our two best midfielders by a country mile. And is it any coincidence that Liverpool are undefeated in the last 5 games because Curtis Jones has been playing in them? You know, is that any coincidence? You know, he's a good footballer. And the thing about Curtis Jones, he plays a lot of forward passes. And what you need with Florian Wirtz, the reason Florian Wirtz comes deep on the ball is because we haven't got really that many progressive passers for our midfield. You know, Gravenberch is more of a ball carrier, a ball runner. This season, in a way, McAllister's not been at the races. Szoboszlai is a box-to-box midfielder who can do the forward passes. He's all about energy. So we haven't got anyone who gets their head up and passes forward. And that's why Florian Wirtz comes deep to receive the ball. You want Florian Wirtz to stay further up the pitch. To do that, you need forward-thinking passers. Players who can get the ball, not only carry it, but pass it off and get the ball into areas of the pitch that benefits attacking talent. And I think that's the reason you're seeing Wirtz playing better lately, and why you're seeing Curtis Jones playing better lately, because they've got a very good link together. They've got a very good partnership together. And I think that also goes with Ekitike. You know, we've obviously bought Alexander Isak, and we thought a lot of Alexander Isak, and I think a lot of Alexander Isak. I think he's an extremely talented striker. I always wanted Julian Alvarez. I've said it on this channel enough. I said it in copy shows enough, and other shows I was on Sam's show and stuff like that. I was a big Julian Alvarez fan, and the reason I wanted Julian Alvarez is because the way we play, we don't really play benefiting our main striker, because the wingers we got, you know, our wingers are selfish wingers, and that's not a disrespect to them at all. It's just what they are. Cody Gakpo and Salah are more selfish wingers than they are, you know, supplying the front man. And Ekitike doesn't really need wide players like Isak does to be effective on a football pitch. And that's why I was always after Julian Alvarez. That's why he's always the number one choice. Look, when we were lined up for buy Isak, of course I was chuffed about it. We were all happy about it. It's Alexander Isak. He's a tremendous goal scorer. But right now, it's hard for Isak to do what he wants to do, because one, he's not playing well in a way, and that's down to him as well. You know, Isak has to look after himself and work it out himself and work his shit out. You know, that's down to him. But the wingers, in the way we play, don't really help that situation. Ekitike is different. You know, Ekitike doesn't really need the wide players. Ekitike really links up more with the midfielders, much more than Alexander Isak does. Ekitike links up lovely with a Curtis Jones, with a Florian Wirtz. Can drop deep, run with the ball, drop the shoulder, run with the ball, glide with the ball, getting into attacking areas, playing 1-2s. You know, he's not really relying a lot. He's not relying a lot on wide players to make things happen for him. Where Isak does, because he's that kind of striker. He needs them wide players to help him in that area of the pitch. So I think there are two of the reasons why Ekitike is working more at the moment than Isak is. Isak's a little bit of a worry for me. I'm not going to sit here and pretend. Isak's going to probably play a lot of football in the next 4 to 5 weeks while Mo Salah's away at AFCON and while Cody Gakpo's out injured, because we're probably going to play Ekitike and Isak up front together. So he's got a real chance in the next 4 to 5 weeks to make something happen. He really does. He's got something in this period of time. This is a big chance for Alexander Isak now to get his shit together, get his act together, start to feel a bit fitter, start to get some fitness in his legs, start moving quicker. Because, yes, we're not helping Isak as a team at times for the kind of striker he is, but Isak's also got to take responsibility. Now, Isak's got to look at himself sometimes and go, am I doing enough? Am I calling for the ball in the right areas of the pitch? Am I making the right run off the ball? Because I watch Isak a lot sometimes, and when a ball goes into the box, Isak's not always there. And I'm feeling, Isak, you need to get into that. You need to get into that part of the pitch. That's where we need you. So he has got this 4 to 5 weeks to really get himself sorted for me. Really happy with Hugo. Let's hope he triggers Isak to perform better. Although Isak has had an injury. Yeah, he's in and out of injuries, and that's a problem as well. I'm not worried about Isak with his fitness. I'm not worried about Isak with his fitness history. Was always a big risk signing. No pre-season. Yeah, I think pre-season is hurting him, especially with his injuries he's had. Isak doesn't look asked. I hear. Has to be demandable. I agree, Asher. That's something Ekitike does extremely well. And this is why I keep comparing the two right now. And it's something we can compare because they're both at our football club. We both bought them in the summer. Ekitike was brought in first, and then we still went and made a British record bid for Alexander Isak, knowing that we had Ekitike there. Now, as Ekitike surprised the manager, that's another thing we could talk about. Has Ekitike surprised Slot? Has Ekitike surprised Richard Hughes? How quickly he's adapted to the Premier League? Because you wouldn't think it's Alexander Isak who's not played in the Premier League for so long. Alexander Isak's played in the Premier League now for 2 or 3 seasons. Yeah, he's adapted to the Premier League. But if he was an alien coming onto Earth right now, you'd actually think Ekitike's the one who's played in the Premier League for the last 3 years, and not Alexander Isak. Isak's not adapted yet to his new surroundings and stuff like that. You got to ask, is fitness a main issue? I think fitness is a lot of the issue with Isak. We do have to remember from the end of last season to when we bought him, he didn't play any football for 4 months because he didn't do pre-season. He never went on pre-season tours. He obviously missed pre-season with Liverpool as well and stuff like that. So, 4 months without football is a long time. The situation that he put himself in as well is something that isn't going to help him. And that's something that might be still playing on his mind. I don't know. But there is some fitness concerns with Alexander Isak for me. There's no doubt about that. When he plays, he doesn't look fit. He doesn't look physical. He doesn't look like he can run at the moment. But I still believe in the player. And that's why I still think this 4 to 5 week period coming up for Alexander Isak, starting against Spurs on Saturday, is going to be massive for him. Because he's going to play games. He's going to play games. He's going to play games of football. He's going to be partnering Ekitike up top. You know, there's no Gakpo till the new year, probably. No Salah till after AFCON. Some of the reports I've read today about Chiesa, Slot's never playing Chiesa for whatever reason it is, with some of the reports coming out today. So, yeah, he's got a massive chance, and I want it to work. But at the moment, you can't drop Ekitike, man. You can't drop Ekitike. He's on fire right now. You know, he's literally on fire right now. He's such good form. You know, and even when he's not scoring goals, you know, he's still playing well. You know, there's parts of his game that I really do like. What is Ekitike's stats this season? Let's have a look at his stats, shall we? So Ekitike has played 23 games in all competitions this season, got 10 goals and 1 assist. In the Premier League, he's played 15 games and got 7 goals. That's not too bad. It's not bad. He's got 1 assist and 7 goals in 15 Premier League games. He's got 8 GA in 15 Premier League games. That's not a bad ratio at all. It's not a bad ratio at all. He's only played at 872 minutes as well. It's the other thing we've got to say about Ekitike. Ekitike hasn't played as much football as he probably should have this season. Premier League only. Only Premier League. He's played 872 minutes. In my opinion, that should be 1,000 minutes by now. 10 starts in 15 Premier League games. He should at least be on 1,000 minutes by now. He would probably, if you go by the ratio he's scoring at, if he played 1,000 or so minutes by now, he'd probably be on around 12 goals in 15 games, which would be an amazing record. You know, and if you think about it, Darwin Núñez's first season at Liverpool, he got 11 Premier League goals, didn't he? He got 11 Premier League goals. Isak's already on, Ekitike's already on 7, and his minutes are a lot less than someone like Darwin Núñez's, who debuted at Liverpool in his first season. So, and it's not just Ekitike's goals, man. It's his football and it's his play. Could have been if Slot started him with BS United and Forest. Yeah, I hear you, Emil. And it's not just his goals; it's the way he plays, the way he drops in deep, the way he links up play, the arrogance that he's got. I love the arrogance of Ekitike. I don't know about you guys in the chat, but I love his arrogance. I love I'm him. He believes he's the guy. I love that about him. He's so assured of himself, and I love that. We ain't had a play like that in a while. It's just, you know, my shit don't stink kind of striker. I love that. I love the arrogance of him. Love the arrogance of him. He's a good footballer. I tell you how good Ekitike is. No rival slags him off. No rival. You can tell how good a footballer is at your clubs, yeah, when rivals can't find anything to say bad about him. Be up with chat. 140 people in here right now. Hope you're all doing blessed. Much love to all of you. Yeah, I think Ekitike is a tremendous talent. I think he's a tremendous talent. And yeah, it's look, we can play revisionism all we want, I suppose. But sometimes I'm thinking, I've said it today on Dan Potts' channel, to be fair. Like, how do you drop Ekitike for Isak right now when everyone's fit again? When Gakpo's fit again, Salah comes back from AFCON. If we buy a winger in January or something like that, and we go back to the 4-3-3, how do you drop Ekitike if he keeps being banging in form? How do you sit there and go, right, we're going to drop you, Hugo, because we have to play Alexander Isak, because Alexander Isak costs 125 million, so we're going to have to play him. You can't do it. You literally can't do it. He's a tremendous talent. It's a tremendous talent right now. And it's almost sitting, sometimes I sit there and think, should we have bought Isak? But then that's revisionism, because I knew that Ekitike was a good player because I watched him at Frankfurt. I did a show about Ekitike on my Big Up channel, where we got like the footage of him up, went through it for an hour and stuff. And, you know, he's a good player. And we looked looked at that and I watched a little bit of him here and there last season. I was like, no, he's a good player, this Ekitike kid. He's actually a talent. But I didn't really know he was going to be like this good. And when you look at him now and you're thinking, shit, should we have bought Isak? But that's just revisionism because we're not really we're living in the moment. We're not living, in the summer. We all thought in the summer Alexander Isak was going to be the if button everything of our football club. He's the guy. He's going to be the striker that takes us to everything this season. He's the striker we've been looking at for years since Fernando Torres and Suarez left. He's the striker we've been looking for. So that's how we all felt. And now, coming up a week before Christmas, we're all sitting there now going, yeah, Isak is a good player, but fuck me, this Ekitike special. And that's how we all feel. It's literally how we all feel. So, yeah, I don't know how the manager's going to sort it. It's like he has to play this 2 up top now and figure it out when everyone comes back and figure out how to go. But I do want to see Isak and Ekitike try and play for a few weeks in a row. Slot's never going to have a better chance than do it right now. Let it breathe. Let it play out. Let's see what they can do together. See how dangerous they can be together as a partnership. For the first couple of games, it might not look great, but you got to let it breathe. You got to let it happen naturally. And while Gakpo's out, while Salah's out, we haven't got a better chance. This is the time now to get these guys on the pitch and let them play. No Kirk, no Isak left wing, no Ekitike left wing. Just put them both up front together. Wirtz in behind. 3 midfielders behind him, giving a bit more support there. And let's see how we go. Big up, Becky. Big up to you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good. Big up, Paul, as well. Ekitike has serious football IQ and has the potential to be a generational talent for one of the great players. I hear you, Paul. I hear you, man. He's a top draw player, man. You got Ekitike and Salah if that don't work as well. Yeah, there's another thing as well, the Salah situation, which, you know what? Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Top clubs have multiple great players in the same position. Our players and the top Reds need to accept it. I'm hearing you, Ryan. I'm hearing you. I'm good with both of them staying. I really am, but Isak's got to get up to speed quickly. We can't have a situation where Isak just doesn't reach the potential we think he should be able to reach at our football club, because then we've got a bit of a problem. We need Ekitike and Isak both firing. We literally do. We need them both firing. Big up football footy reacts, man. I'm doing better, man. Appreciate it, love. Big up Harry, how you doing, man? Ekitike is such a clever player. I love him. Went to the Brighton game. I was watching him the whole game. His movement, his technical ability is so good. It is. His movement's fantastic. The way he drops deep, he's got great technical ability. Him, Wirtz and Curtis Jones with their little touches and little 1-2s they play, because they're guys, quiet man. They're 3 very good technical footballers. It's a joy to watch Curtis Jones, Wirtz and Ekitike on the pitch at the same time. It's really a joy. And I just want Isak to work, man. Look, I really do want Isak to work. I know I said on Dan Potts' show today that, if Isak's not working by the end of the season, then sell him in the summer. I said that as sort of like take the piss. I didn't really mean it. It was sort of like a tongue-in-cheek thing. But I do want Alexander Isak to work. I really, really do. I really do. But at this moment in time, we've got a chance. His next 4 to 5 weeks are huge for Alexander Isak in his Liverpool career. He's got to get going in his next 5 weeks, especially while Salah's away. Take advantage of it. Let me just bring something up that I saw earlier. So, this is from Lewis Steele. Lewis Steele has been talking a lot over the last 24 hours. But he said Arne Slot appears to have lack of faith in Chiesa and was reportedly furious with the forward following last season and lost to Plymouth. Slot might keep him out of the starting lineup, even if the player scored every week as a substitute. Now, this is something we've been talking about. Big up, Sean. This is something we've been chatting about now. The Chiesa situation. Lewis still is apparently saying that performance against Plymouth last January in the FA Cup, was it last January or last February or March? Sometime last year. Slot was apparently furious with his performance. Bit harsh, maybe, because everyone was crap. It's look, there's obviously an issue there, because even if Lewis still is wrong in the way he's saying it, he must be still right in the way, because Chiesa doesn't play. He doesn't play games. Like, Chiesa got Player of the Month for Liverpool by Standard Chartered, yeah. They gave him Player of the Month. He didn't start a single game where he was Player of the Month. And then when he got Player of the Month, he never started a game after it, apart from the League Cup against Crystal Palace that he put all the kids out with and just put him out there. So, whatever reason it is, I'm not going to be... We're never going to know. It could be fitness related. He could just feel like Chiesa's just not fit to play 90 minutes and start a game for Liverpool, but he's fine for like 20-minute cameos. I don't know what it is. None of us will know. But there's definitely a situation where Slot just doesn't feel like Chiesa's good enough for whatever reason it is. And it must be frustrating for Chiesa, because Chiesa's sitting there this season, preferably would like to play left wing. I think that's Chiesa's strongest position. And he's probably looking at it and thinking, yeah, Cody Gakpo, man, is just god-awful. And I still can't play games of football. You know, Slot just don't like the guy. I think we've all got a little love for Chiesa. You know, he tries his hardest, always got a smile on his face. And the managers don't rate him like we do. You know, I just don't know. I just don't know. It's a weird one. It's a strange one. It is a very strange situation between Chiesa and Arne Slot right now. You know, this is gaining. You know, he's obviously here all last season. Chiesa himself said in an interview, I believe, already this year, that last season he weren't fit enough and he understood the situation. But Chiesa said himself, I feel fit now. I feel ready to go whenever the manager needs to call on me. And the manager don't call on him. Got a busy period coming up. This is the busiest period in football now. We're going into our busy Christmas schedule. Obviously, we've got the Tottenham game Saturday. We've got Champions League games. We've got 6 Premier League games in our next, 10 days or whatever madness is. So we've got a lot of football coming up where you've got to use your squad in this period. Now, you got to remember, Arne Slot said this season, last Christmas time, threw him off massively, and he kept playing the same 11 game after game after game over the Christmas period. And he said that threw him off. And that's why the team tired towards the end of the season. And he's going to learn from that. So it'd be very interesting to see what Slot learns from that situation this Christmas time, this holiday season, because again, the games are coming thick and fast. There's a lot of points that can be won and a lot of points that can be lost this time of year. And let's see what he uses to the squad, to see if he uses Chiesa. Personally, I don't think he will, you know, but let's see right now. Obviously, there's another player in young Rio as well that, for whatever reason, doesn't seem to get any kind of football right now, for whatever reason it is. Chiesa, you know, they just don't get any football. I don't know why. Again, speculation, ain't it? Constant speculation. Some other news. Fabrizio Romano today said Liverpool called in November about Semenyo and now assessing what they want to do in January. This is coming from Fabrizio Romano today. So apparently Liverpool called Semenyo last month. Called Bournemouth last month to ask about the situation of Anton Semenyo. So that's something to watch this January window. The other thing on Lewis Steele said on Harvey Elliott's possible return. The clubs could shake hands in January on terminating the loan agreement. It doesn't really benefit anyone. Yeah, this is a big one. The potential Harvey Elliott coming back this January. I just don't see the point of him staying at loan at Villa. Terminate the loan deal. Villa are not bothered with him one bit. Unai Emery has come out, I believe, and said that Harvey Elliott hasn't got to the standard, maybe in training or learning and understanding the way he wants his Villa team to play yet with Harvey Elliott. So yeah, bring Harvey Elliott back. Might as well. With the injuries we got right now, we could do some more squad depth. So if I'm Liverpool, I'm terminating the deal on January the 1st. January the 2nd, he comes back to Liverpool, and you put him in the squad. He's a decent option off the bench. I don't think Slot used him enough last season. I think Harvey Elliott's a good footballer. And, if we're playing this 4-4-2 formation or this 4-3-1-2 or this diamond formation, it's actually perfect for someone like Harvey Elliott. This is what he's been asking to play in, really. So just gives us extra squad depth. I like Harvey Elliott. I know he's not everyone's cup of tea, and I get it. But it gives us a bit of squad depth, don't it? And that can't be too bad at the end of the day. So, yeah, terminate his contract on the 1st of January, get him back home on the 2nd of January. And for me, that's a simple thing to do there. The other news from Lewis Steele today. I'm not sure how we're going to take this one. I'll ask you guys in the chat. So Liverpool apparently have opened talks with Alexis McAllister over a new contract, although negotiations are at a very preliminary stage. What are we thinking on McAllister, guys? What are we thinking over McAllister? Yes or no in the live chat now. Would you give McAllister a new contract? Yes or no? Simple yes or no in the live feed, guys. Yes or no? Get yourself in the live comments right now. Would you give Alexis McAllister, as Lewis Steele has said, a brand new contract? Yes or no? He's going to be 27 on Christmas Eve. I believe it's his birthday. Don't quote me on that. I believe his birthday is Christmas Eve. He's going to be 27 years old. So put that into conjecture as well. He's going to be 27 years old. You're looking at a 3 or 4 year deal going into 28, 29, 30. Be interesting what you guys say. Becky says yes. Roach says no. Some yeses there. Simon, Shanks, Bizzle, Goat, all saying, yeah, you'd give him a new deal. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I hear you. This is interesting. So, be up, Sean. That's what I was going to say. I might give him a new contract, like someone said in the chat, to protect his value, to sell him maybe in the summer or the summer after. So there's a lot of rumours that Liverpool are looking at Adam Walton today. And if Adam Walton's going to come in, I've said this constantly. I don't want this to be the case. I just feel like this will be the case. Be out the sporting journey. I think this will be the case. I think Liverpool will look to ship off one of the main midfielders in our squad to get Adam Walton in. Adam Walton's probably going to cost you about 80 million quid. That's all Adam Walton's going to cost you. For 80 million quid, you're probably going to have to sell off one of your main midfielders. And I think the main one they would sell off is McAllister. I know you got Endo there and stuff like that, but look, guys, as much as I would love it as Adam Walton's the Endo replacement and that benefits our squad more and it makes our team better, that's what I would do. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think that's what our club's going to do. I think our club will look at it and go, right, Curtis Jones needs a new contract. I think he'll get a new deal. So you've got Jones, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Wirtz, and Gravenberch there right now, the 5 main midfielders at our football club, yeah? You had McAllister to that's 6. You had Adam Walton to that's 6. And then you sell Endo, you sell Stefan Bajcetic, they leave the football club. You sell Harvey Elliott next summer as well, he leaves the football club. That's 6 midfielders that can all fight for positions, for 3 positions. So then you start with 3, you got 3 spare. I like that. That's what I would do. I would let Endo go, Bajcetic go, bring Adam Walton in to replace them, keep McAllister and stuff like that. I just don't think that's what our club's going to do. I think our club will look at selling somebody big to make up because they probably feel like right now, Szoboszlai is a starter, Gravenberch is a starter, Curtis Jones is a starter, Wirtz is a starter. McAllister's a starter. Look, I hope I'm wrong. We need a midfielder. We can't keep going years on and years on and not buying players in midfield. We can't just keep not buying. Like, we can't just go, right, we're going to keep Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, Wirtz, McAllister and Gravenberch, play them every week, wait till the legs are gone in 2 years' time, sell 3 of them and buy 3 new ones. We can't do that again. We need to buy another midfielder. We can't go another summer. If we don't buy a midfielder this summer, that'll be 3 years since we bought midfielders, which would be crazy. That'd be crazy. Be Klopp's last season. Then Slot would have had 2 seasons above that and going into a 3rd season, and we don't buy another midfielder. That's just nuts to me. We can't be doing that. We need to buy midfielders in. But who's the midfielders we buy? That's the issue right now. Who do Liverpool go and buy? I like Adam Walton. I think we need that kind of footballer. I really do. We need a deep line playmaker. We need someone who can get their head up and pass the ball forward quickly. You know, you need a player who can get hold of the ball and move the ball forward as quick as you can. That's what Liverpool need. And that's what Liverpool haven't got right now. Liverpool haven't got that right now. They haven't got a ball progressing. Apart from Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones progresses the ball through a pass for our midfield forward more than any other midfielder we got right now. Gravenberch is a ball carrier. So you need someone now. You know, and that's why we've been looking for deep line playmakers and not destroyers, because that's why we wanted Zubimendi. And it will benefit players like Wirtz and Isak in the future, having a ball playing midfielder who can get his head up and play the ball forward quicker, because then Wirtz hasn't got to drop that deep to receive the ball. He can stay further up the pitch. It benefits everyone. So I would keep McAllister and give him a new deal to keep his valuation. And then if Liverpool feel like they need to sell him a year later, 18 months later, you keep his valuation high, you can get a good deal for him still. You can get 50 million still for him. So I can understand the business sense of that. Slot, Gravenberch is a Slot favourite. I don't think, as long as Slot is manager of Liverpool, I don't think Gravenberch is going anywhere. Szoboszlai is like priceless right now. So he's not going anywhere, and rightly so. Curtis Jones is a little gem in our midfield that, you know, will have bad games here and there, but he has great games as well. And people only ever bring up his bad moments and never talk about his great moments. Very press resistant, easily our best press resistant midfielder. So we do need one. We need an extra body there. We need an extra body. And if Adam Walton's the guy, go and get Adam Walton in, man. I'm all good with Adam Walton coming to the football club. If that's who you want to go and get him in. But make him an Endo and Bajcetic replacement. You know, but I just feel like club will let McAllister go for him. That's what I feel like will happen. Yeah, I'm with you, Josh. I'm with you. Will it happen though? I'm not sure. I'm just not sure if that. We need a few players in extra positions. We need another left winger for me. We need a right winger because Mo's going to leave at the end of the season, more than likely. So you need a player there. We're going to need at least 2 centre-backs, one in January, one in the summer. We're going to need 4 or 5 players by the time we get to this time next year. By the start of next season, I think we need 4 or 5 players. You know, we're going to need that amount of players. So extra midfielder, 2 extra defenders, 2 extra wingers. We're going to need them, man. We're going to have to keep paying, buying and getting these players in. The Salah talk, though. Quickly touch on Mo Salah, obviously. The Mo Salah argument all last week looks like it's been put under the rug for a little while he's at AFCON. So the stories have stopped. Jamie Carragher hasn't stopped, though. If anyone watched the Stick to Football podcast today, I think it's today or yesterday, Jamie Carragher hasn't stopped. You know, he's still going on from one, even though Ian Wright, Gary Neville and Roy Keane are trying to explain to Jamie that they understand him being dropped, but they're trying to just explain to him about other situations at the club that Jamie doesn't want to listen to for whatever agenda. I don't know what Jamie Carragher's agenda is to Salah. Weird. I do think this will be Mo's last season. You know, he's not going to get another new deal. I think next season's his last year on his contract. I see Salah leaving at the end of this season. I really do. I think the manager wants to move on with him, which I keep saying. If the manager can prove that he can move on without Mo Salah and get players in that benefits the team more going forward, then I'm perfectly fine with it. I am. You know, everyone has to leave eventually. You know, I love Mo, man, but he has to leave eventually. Everyone has to leave eventually. You know, you can't. I don't want to keep players when they're 36, 37 just for the sake of keeping them. You know, people have to move on. And Mo's the same. Virgil's the same. Addison's going to be the same. They can't all be here, you know, as old footballers and don't help anybody. You have to move them on eventually. I just feel like Salah will leave this season. I'm hoping Salah comes back after AFCON and, you know, he kicks on a gear. I'd really love to see Salah kick on a gear when he comes back. But yeah, I don't think, you know, I don't think the Salah Arne Slot situation is completely buried. I think they're just being professionals now and grown-ups and they're shaking on the hands and going, right, we'll just move on from this situation. If we don't like each other, we don't like each other. Let's just be men about this and move on, put it under the carpet, wipe our mouths and move on to this. That's what I think's happened. I think that's literally, I believe, what's happened here. They've just gone, you know what, let's just move on from this. That's just, I'm going to AFCON now for 4 or 5 weeks. The team's got to start winning games. You know, let's just put this shit behind us and we don't have to like each other and let's just move on. So, yeah, I do think he goes in summer. Big Eddie's been a member for 32 months. I don't think we sign anyone in January. I think if we sign anyone in January, it'd be a centre-back and a centre-back only. That's all we buy. Unless Liverpool look at it differently. You know, if Liverpool are looking at Semenyo and they feel like Semenyo is the player they want and they're after, and they feel like the best time to get him is now, they probably go and get Semenyo. If they feel like the chance is there for Semenyo, I think they get him. I think they go and get him. Big up Colin, man. You know, they did it with Gakpo and they did it with Diaz in January transfer window, didn't they? Cody Gakpo, there's rumours that he was going to go to Man United. If anyone's seen Cody Gakpo's interview when he talks about the Man United situation, you know, he was close. You know, Liverpool came in, he went, no, I'm going to Liverpool. And Liverpool couldn't wait till the summer. Gakpo was meant to be a summer signing. They knew Man United were very, very, very interested in him. They reacted quickly, got him in January. Luis Diaz, everyone forgets that Luis Diaz was meant to be the following summer transfer window. That was meant to be who we were getting in the summer window. Tottenham made a move for Luis Diaz. Liverpool were like, oh, no, hell no. And Liverpool acted quick and went, you know what? We can't let him go to Tottenham. We've got to go and get him now. And they reacted in January and went and got him. And this might be the same with Semenyo. I'm not sure. I don't know. If Liverpool like Semenyo like that and they don't want, and they feel like they might have, you know, a head start on some other teams because, you know, Arsenal got a lot of wingers in them wide positions. There's no guarantee that Semenyo plays first team football for Arsenal, although that's the team he supports. He's still got to look at it and think Martinelli and Trossard are there. Saka's always got to play. You got what's his name? Who's the other geezer they bought? I can't remember his name now. They got him at right wing as well. There's no guarantee that Semenyo plays. You got Man United, obviously, are apparently in for him. I think he turns United down if Liverpool and Arsenal definitely in for him. And then you got Man City as well. Man City could be the issue here. If Man City want an upgrade on Savio, I hear it. If they want an upgrade on Savio, they go and buy him. You know, that could be lethal for Man City. So, but then the news today is that, you know, Pep Guardiola is apparently leaving Manchester City at the end of the season. That's the rumours going on today. Apparently, Semenyo is not sure if he wants to go to Man City if Pep Guardiola is not the coach there with the uncertainty. Madueke, big up Bizzle, much love. So there might be an opportunity where Liverpool feel like they can go and get him now in January ahead of everyone else. And it's a release clause of 65 million. And the release clause is only open for the first 2 weeks of the January window, apparently. So the first 14 days, the 1st to the 14th of January, that release clause is open for. So Liverpool might feel like, right, the Guardiola thing at City might be a bit of turn off for him. If we go in for him for Man United, he's probably going to choose us over Man United right now. You know, the Arsenal thing's his team, but Arsenal are stacked in them wide areas. And if we do say to Semenyo, Salah's leaving at the end of this season and you're going to be his right wing replacement, I think he jumps at the chance to become Liverpool player. So, yeah, I like Semenyo. I know a lot of people don't. We go back and forward. Myself, anyway, goes back and forward with people in the live chat, and everyone's entitled to their opinion. In my opinion, definitely are. I like Semenyo. You know, I think he works well when he drops deep. He links up play well. He's got pace. He's very good one-on-one. He's got an eye for goal. He's got an eye for an assist. And the thing is, I don't need Semenyo to be a goal-scoring winger like a Cody Gakpo or like a Mo Salah, because we got Wirtz and Isak there that he can, you know, get the ball to and create for. So I don't need him to be a 20-goal season winger. I really don't. If he gets 10 a season, 9 a season, but he's setting up Isak all the time or an Ekitike all the time, I'm happy. His link-up play is good. One-on-ones are good. He's good in transition. So, yeah, for 65 million, which it's a lot of money, but in today's market, you know, sometimes 50 to 60 million buys you an average footballer. So, yeah, I'm all right with it. That's who I'd go for if the money's there. If the money's there, that's who I would go to, man. Personally, that's who I would check out. Any more news? I don't think there is any, man. I don't think there is any. Yeah, but big up the chat, man. Big up the chat. Thank you very much for being here tonight. I am on Big Up in a minute. I think Coppish are live at the moment. I think they're just finishing up as well. But I am on my Big Up channel. The link is at the top of the live chat, guys. If you've not done it so far, the link is pinned at the top of the live chat. We're going to be on Big Up with the Coppish boys, myself, Callum and Drifty. Matt, unfortunately, is feeling unwell today, so he won't be able to make it. He's got that super flu that is going round right now. He's got that super flu going round. Let me put the link one more time in the live chat. There it is. If you've not been on Big Up before, come and join us over there. It's like YouTube, guys, but over there, you know, monetization and copyright are much better than they are on YouTube. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, come on over. Let me share my chat. So if you've not been over, this is what Big Up looks like. There we go. That's what Big Up looks like, guys. It's still called Jamie Phillips Football Chats over there. I've got to change that. The link is in the live chat. It'll take you straight to my video. You'll see it there. Vibes and copies. You just click on that and you're away. The stream's going to start very, very soon. So, yeah, get yourself over there. The link is in the live chat there, floating around in the live chat. It's also pinned at the top of the live chat. If you've never been there before, you're like, Jamie, what do I do? It's simple. All you got to do to interact with the live chat is have an email and a password. Create an account, an email and a password, like you have to do if you've got a Google account, like to comment on YouTube and stuff like that. You got to have a Google account, email and password, exactly the same thing. So, yeah. And if you've got by the way, if you've got an Apple phone, you can download the app off the iOS store as well. So, do that as well. Yeah, so come on over there. I appreciate you guys. So we're going to be starting that very, very soon, guys. So I'm going to leave it there. Big up the chat. Much love, guys. Much love. And I'll see you on my Big Up stream